sleepy Toon. Tend to your flock, a sleepy Toon. Stuff the money in a sock, preach like sleepy Toon. Pass around the money cup, your flock is your silver spoon. They are sheep out of luck. Out of luck. Oh, me Toon, he had a globe. Me, I see la told, and on that globe he had some sheep. He like me, I show with a flat nap here, a cat nap there, here and now.
Little did Newton know his theory of gravity was accepted as gospel, that the magical pull was an essential property of mass, the theory which withstood and obscured the truth for the next 400 years.
Modern cosmology is based on Einstein's theory of general relativity, which is a theory of gravity.
So it would seem that McToon and Bob the Science Guy do not agree with mainstream physics. They have made up their own definitions of gravity because they know that it fails fundamentally right out of the gate. And Newtonian gravity, which is 400 years out of date, also fails fundamentally right out of the gate. The current globe model absolutely states that the Earth is accelerating upwards at 9.8 meters per second. And what do? They attribute it to the Flat Earth Society so they don't have to defend it. Oh no, buddy, this is your model. So either learn your model or learn to be honest. Quit pinning it off on the Flat Earth Society. So for starters, I'm going to show MC Toon deliberately misinterpreting the equivalence principle, spreading misinformation to all the anti-Flat Earthers who just parrot his bullshit. And he has the audacity to tell me that I'm cherry picking.
You can't tell the difference between accelerating up versus if you're nearby a large mass like the Earth and not accelerating up. You can't tell the difference. That's the equivalence principle. It's not that the ground is actually rushing up. It's not that you're actually like moving upwards like the Flat Earth Society people think.
The equivalence principle tells us that a uniform gravitational field is actually just an accelerating frame of reference. You and the ground beneath you are literally rushing up to meet the apple.
It's not that you're actually like moving upwards like the Flat Earth Society people think.
Well, no, the Earth can't be moving upwards.
But I wanted to make sure you accepted your own model. For some reason, you don't. I don't know why.
I did nothing to either accept or not accept anything. My point was you are doing an appeal to authority and you're cherry picking out of context.
I want to ask you, are you watching this video in an inertial frame of reference? Well, I mean, do you feel weightless? No. So you are not an inertial observer. Your situation is exactly the same as someone accelerating on a rocket ship in deep space. And let me be clear, I don't mean that being at rest in a gravitational field is like accelerating in a rocket. I mean it is the exact same thing. You are accelerating and there is no gravitational field. Gravitational fields do not exist.
You're cherry picking out of context.
That is the true cause of apparent gravitational attraction. The fact that you're accelerating when you believed yourself to be stationary.
It's not that you're actually like moving upwards like the Flat Earth Society people think.
Well, no, the Earth can't be moving upwards.
The apple doesn't hit Newton on the head because the Earth pulls the apple down. The apple hits Newton on the head because Newton accelerates upwards and headbutts the apple.
Well, no, the Earth can't be moving upwards.
And you're cherry picking out of context.
In Einsteinian relativity, it's literally the ground rising up to meet the apple. Do you agree with that?
No. You're talking about the equivalence principle.
What part of that did you disagree with?
Yeah, the ground rushing up part.
So the thing that Einstein noticed, which is not explained in any way satisfactorily in Newton's theory, is that all things fall at the same rate. Newton doesn't explain it, really. It's rather convoluted. There's no real explanation of that. But in Einstein's theory, the explanation is that they're not falling. It is the ground that is accelerating up. It is the ground that is accelerating up.
It's not that you're actually like moving upwards like the Flat Earth Society people think.
First important takeaway here is that this apparent gravitational attraction is not gravity. It's just an accelerated frame of reference.
Well, no, the Earth can't be moving upwards.
And you're cherry picking out of context.
Let's return to the surface of the Earth. You're probably most accustomed to experiencing gravity here in your day-to-day life. It might shock you to learn then, at the surface of the Earth, there is no gravity. None whatsoever. The reason the apple falls to the Earth is due to the fact that you, the observer, are accelerating upward. You, the observer, are accelerating upwards through space at 9.8 meters per second squared.
It's not that you're actually like moving upwards like the flat Earth Society people think.
Gravity puts us in a non-inertial accelerated reference frame. And we have to say that the surface is what's being accelerated upward.
Well, no, the Earth can't be moving upwards.
And you're cherry picking out of context.
So, when you were sitting in a chair, you were quite literally being accelerated upward.
It's not that you're actually like moving upwards like the flat Earth Society people think.
Gravity is not a force, and since there's no force pushing down on you, that means you're currently accelerating upwards.
Well, no, the Earth can't be moving upwards.
But in general relativity, gravity is not a force. You have no weight, so the only force on you are these normal forces pushing you up. So you are accelerating upwards.
You're cherry picking out of context.
If you'd hold an accelerometer steadily in your hand, it'd tell you it's accelerated upwards.
Well, no, the Earth can't be moving upwards.
It's not that you're actually like moving upwards like the flat Earth Society people think.
This isn't hypothetical, weird, theoretical physics talk. You can buy one and just see what it says.
Any deviation from inertial motion is a real acceleration. And real acceleration requires a real force.
You're cherry picking out of context.
Only Toonie had a globe. Me, I see La told, and on that globe he had some sheep. He like me, I show with a flat map here, a cat nap there, here a nap, there a map, everywhere a super chat. Wake up silly tune, wakey wakey for good. Dream of Saturn's moons, pretend they're understood. It's Tuesday tune, preach, pour it on thick tune. Appease your pain sheep while your horse shit's in bloom. In sleepy tune the flock trusts, spread them like sheep. In sleepy tune they trust, I promise moon mission sheep. Trust shepherd sleepy tune, your shepherd will provide fake missions to the moon. Fill your mind with globe lights.